Hello there, and welcome to the Natalie
and Dennis
Show podcast.
Happy Friday.
How long has it been that we haven't recorded an actual video?
If we're honest, we've been gone for about a month and something. It's been about 2 months because we pre-recorded a lot of things.
It's been about 2 months that we haven't sat in these chairs.
It feels nostalgic, I will say.
It feels sad.
So Dennis and I, we were walking through Colombia, right? We're having like an amazing coffee. It's a brisk night. It like the clouds are falling and we're just so happy. When all of a sudden I turned around and Dennis is like,
I forgot to post.
He put his,
It was a Friday night, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, we were walking. I was like, oh shit. I just literally stopped in the middle of the street. And I was like, no, I forgot to post. I can't believe it.
We're living the life until we forgot to post. So the first thing is we apologize for already missing an episode last week.
I mean, this is like episode 35 or 36. So we had gone 36 full weeks without missing a Friday.
I know. But now we don't get to say that. Like, I want to be that person that says, yeah, we did a whole year. We never missed an episode. But
well,
now
we
you guys
didn't
will
miss
know.
the episode. We just didn't post the episode.
There you have it, guys.
What do you consider that, missing the episode?
Well, that's one thing on the agenda. The other thing is a moment of silence for someone who is not here with us today. First of all, David is over there in the corner. What's up, David?
Hey, what up, people? Hey.
He's looking a little suspicious. You cannot see his eyes. He wants to be a mystery
David, the DJ.
You know.
But Saina is gone.
She has moved on to the nether realm. Heaven declined her. So she had to get sent to Rhode Island.
No, Saina's gone for college. We will miss her. Honestly, I miss that feminine energy. Let me just say.
No, we're good without her.
No. Let me just say, first of all, right before this episode, these guys were talking about corn stars.
Yeah.
So as you can imagine.
How did that topic come about?
I have no idea.
We asked W what he wanted to do with his life. He said movies.
No.
Natalie
asked me like, oh, what you prefer, be a singer or trovador? And then it's like, oh, and I say,
he said actor.
So I say actor, and she say, you know what Dennis say about it?
I said, you talking about corn actor?
A corn star. Well, there you go, guys. So that's that.
How was Colombia, Natalie?
How was it for you, honey?
Well, we kind of went to Colombia without really thinking too much about it.
Yes.
It just kind of happened. We kept looking at our calendar and then it was like, oh, it's time to go.
It was 4 years since we had been.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we couldn't go because your passport got expired. So that was very unfortunate.
And it didn't arrive on time.
No. Colombia was amazing. I came back with such a new perspective. And I remember telling you, I was like, why do we not live there? Like literally, it's beautiful.
I want to ask you though, in between filming this podcast, we did go to Spain too.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your take on Spain versus Colombia and how was it different at all?
Well, Spain feels very safe to me, right? Like Colombia also feels safe, but there's always that mystery because I think of everything that had happened with like history. There's still that stigma where don't have your phone out or be careful what you're wearing. Like there still is that. But of course, it depends where you are, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is that?
You said a
Shit. Sorry, guys. That's our family calendar meeting.
So the mystery in Colombia, you don't know. It's
yes.
Like, yeah.
So Spain, I felt much more safe. But like Colombia, like it's like where our parents were born. I appreciate seeing our family. I also think about the fact that I want our kids to know the language and the culture. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I came back with such a new point of view and I really genuinely was like, Dennis, we need to like move here for a bit. Like we need to experience this life. It's so much cheaper. The air is fresh. It's just really beautiful.
Well, I think Colombia has hit a new stride recently.
Especially Medellin. Yeah.
It definitely feels extremely modern and to a point even more modern than here. I don't know how to explain it.
The malls are amazing. Like you know the malls like
Viva, Santa Fe, yeah.
So much better. 5 floors. The food is delicious. I don't know. Like I just think that one thing that I noticed is just how alone people are here. Like I feel in
your house all the time.
Yeah, we're always in our house. Whereas people there, they're always moving. They're in community. I think you live like a richer social life.
It just seems like put it this way. You used to own hamsters.
Yeah.
And the hamsters were like locked in their little cage, right?
Well, no, I gave them a little big, but yeah.
Normally hamsters are locked away, right? Mm-hmm. Think of Colombia where like an open world for hamsters where they can just go anywhere they want, you know, like that's the kind of mentality that it comes to me when I think of Colombia.
I don't know about that example. That feels very
it's
like
free roam. It's like chickens, like they can just go everywhere. So, I mean, you can free roam here.
Okay.
But people tend to stay home. Netflix is very big here, watching movies.
I think another thing is I love that we are Colombian because it puts things into perspective. I was telling you that I believe I become too Americanized when it comes to my work, meaning... And this isn't just in Colombia. I hear this on like people that are European. They say that Americans work
to the bone,
too much in the
death,
to the point where you don't enjoy your life. Like your whole job is your life. You forget about family. You forget about just going out for coffee and just enjoying your life. Whereas when I went to Colombia, like it brought back that perspective, and I was like, dude, I'm going to die anyway. Like, what is the point of, yes, I want to work hard, but I like that mentality of also really just enriching your life with life. Like, you don't have to always be doing something or earning money.
When we were walking down the streets of Colombia also, I noticed that there were a lot of old people. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of old people in Colombia just walking around the park or whatever. And then I assumed that it meant that people over there, the average age was older. But then as we were there for a longer period of time, I could just realize that people that are of that age just go out more there. It doesn't necessarily mean that there's more old people.
Yes.
They're just, you know, when you go to the mall, it tends to be young people here. Right. When you go to the mall there, it's like people of all ages, even more older. It seems like they go to experience going out.
So I feel really grateful because I think having that other perspective of life is very important. If I was just Americanized, I think I would be very depressed and like think, is this all there is to life? Like just work?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, so twisting that around, we recently released Offline Humans, right?
Yay!
We've talked about it multiple times here on the podcast, offlinehumans.com. It's our new website and
it's our new business. And I feel like this whole episode has a lot of special announcements, which I just want to say first and foremost, thank you so much to everybody that supported the first launch. We launched a digital journal, and Davi, were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh, okay.
Journal. Yay! Wait, can we have a celebratory dance? Can we do a celebratory dance for Offline Humans?
Okay, let's do it.
3. We're gonna dance for Offline Humans. 3, 2,
okay.
1. And that's enough. Okay. So tell us more about Offline Humans.
Well, I don't know. The response was incredible for just a digital product. And I just want to say thank you because for a while I've been trying to move away from just like, putting all my eggs in one basket, and you guys really came through. And Dennis and I, we would have this little thing where every time we'd get a new order, we would like clap.
We still clap.
And like, we're like clapping all the time, you guys. Like, it's just like a little cha-ching. And we're like, oh my God, this is so crazy. So I'm excited. And I also want you to know that we are working on a physical journal because also a lot of you have been DMing me, which by the way, Offline Humans is run by me, myself, and I, like right now. So it's a one-person team in the sense of I'm the one DMing you guys. No. I'm not trying to get you out of the honey. I was going to go into this next section.
Go ahead.
That because I am the one DMing you, I've been seeing a lot of people say, hey, is there going to be a physical journal? And so there is. And I've told you guys, like, save your money. If you want the physical, just have the physical. Now, when I was, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to ask, how does Offline Humans, which is our new project, how is that compatible with that new philosophy that you had from Colombia?
Everything.
The not working that hard philosophy.
Well, that's not the philosophy of Offline Humans. It's really to just live your life offline. Like really be present, really enjoy the moments. I think so much of my time as a creator has been spent consuming, right? But not actually like living. If you look at my what do you call it? My phone screen time, it was very high before. And I've gotten better, but the whole purpose is just to like really just live in the moment and swipe less and live more. So that's kind of everything. And I'm sorry that I made it seem like it's just like me, myself, and I. What I was trying to point to is like the DM. And like right now, I'm the only one really working the socials.
I understood halfway through.
Yeah. But anyway, so more updates to come. And thank you.
So if you do end up going to offlinehumans.com at some point during this podcast, you'll find our digital journals. We have one in beige and we have one in gradient. You can download them for iPad and, keep yourself more organized, but we are releasing physical product in the future, not just a journal, but other products. Slowly but surely, the timeline is presenting itself and we will have more stuff soon.
I also wanted to mention how I've gotten a lot of DMs. Like I wanted to read this one. I have ADHD too, and this is one of the first and only journals without prompts that also doesn't trigger my OCD. I love you, and this is going to be great. Basically, a lot of people are saying that the price was great, that they really enjoyed it. It's just been fun hanging out with you guys and talking to students. I have like all the DMs here. It's just cool. So anyways, thank you.
I think seeing the fruition of the product and people utilizing it is really nice.
Yeah.
Some people have shared it on stories before.
That's the best part.
It's just knowing that something that you created yourself from the beginning, originally meant for
myself,
you.
because
Yes.
I needed to stay organized and like not feel so overwhelmed. And I use it every day. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Like it's gotten so many different iterations until this one.
And the fact that it's been useful for others shows that it is a useful product. We don't want to just release something just for the hell of it.
Well, that's why I've never released product, because I also want to mention for the longest time, I've wanted to do stationery, right? And I've really kind of like been hard on myself because I have said, why didn't I do this earlier on? Opportunities presented themselves, right? We were going to do something with Walmart. We also had this other brand, UB.
But we're actually doing something with Walmart again.
Oh, we are doing something with Walmart. So it's good.
Like things are full circle.
Anyways, the point is that the opportunity never was perfect. And I also feel like I'm somebody that I really do care about my audience, and it feels good to own this and to just be the one calling the shots. So that's all I want to really like add with that.
It seems like the creator landscape is changing in a way where people are becoming their own business as opposed to just being creators.
And if we were to really dive a little bit more into that, I would express that I've noticed more and more creators. You know how before there was like the whole networks? Everybody was part of like a network, and then everybody found out, hey, networks don't really help you. Like they're just taking your money.
Betrayed.
I can't necessarily 100% like vouch for this, but I will say that I have now also become more independent. And so I've also seen more creators go that way. So not have a manager, not have an agency, have everything kind of in-house. And I think it's very interesting, and it's cool to take control of our own businesses.
We'll have to see where, the influencer landscape goes and how everything will end up being within the next couple of years, because everything changes,
Exactly.
Networks used to exist recently.
Yeah.
Even I think that there's still some to this day that still exist. I don't know what their purpose is for, but anyways, Colombia, it really shined a lot of, light into things that we hadn't thought about, living in nature. You saw a lot of cows, you saw a lot of horses, you saw a lot of, farm life.
I love
you
that.
keep mentioning how you want to live on a farm and how you want to learn how to ride horses. How did that come about and why?
Well, okay, like I said, I look at my life and I'm like, it feels a little enclosed. Like I feel that there's so much beauty. I've always loved animals, right? I don't necessarily feel like I could have an entire farm. I'm just saying a modern home and a little, like a lot of space with animals. And yeah, I'd love to learn how to ride horses. I feel like it's a very freeing activity.
So Natalie loves chickens. She'd love to make, a little hen house with like eggs and stuff. That's pretty cool.
That'd be so fun. I want a cow to feel like my dog. I want to pet the
una
cow.
casa finca.
But cows just seem so much. A cow is like cow.
I know. It's
Whereas
a cow.
chicken, it's like
It's kind of cute.
chicken
like
is so cute.
yeah, you see chicken, you're like, oh, that's reasonable. Like we could literally have a chicken here.
Can
but
I just
cow
say,
is big.
Cows act like dogs, and that's what scares me. Right?
I don't know about that.
They're so.
I saw
sweet.
so many videos about cows, and cows
Their eyes are so tender.
Actually,
Like the meat.
Speaking
Meat's pretty tender too.
Speaking of cows, David, I went with your dad to like this river. I don't know if you can zoom in here.
No. You can show.
He
You
can't
can
zoom.
show. You no.
No, can't zoom, Natalie. No.
No. Oh. Oh, I can't show.
No,
you.
okay,
Okay.
Anybody.
Yeah, I saw.
Just post
Oh
it
no,
on
but I want to
stories.
show everybody.
Okay.
Let's see. Hold on. Anyways, that's me with cows in the back, and the cows are all scared of me we're like in a river. The point being is cows are just so sweet and I want them as pets. That's it.
Davi, how has your past couple months been? We haven't been filming with you because you were in Colombia first before us. Natalie was doing camera and then I was doing camera and then it all changed.
So hard.
But we're back to being just us three without Sabina because, you know, she's in Rhode Island. But how have your past 2 months been?
The question is like, explíqueme bien the question.
Sus últimos 2 meses, ¿cómo han sido?
Here, tratando con
En general.
Oh, my
last
2 months, that really good. I think I learned so many things about my life, about being mature, about taking responsibilities about my life. Have a brother and I am biggest brother than him, so I have to saw my steps. So when I'm doing and I have to be good influence to him, so I take the responsibilities of that.
Nice. Your English has gotten so much better.
Thank you.
Can we get a round of applause for Davi?
What we need to do is go back to the first one because I feel like your English has always been great socially.
Thank you.
But I feel whenever you got on the spot, sometimes you would get nervous. And now like I see a lot of confidence and you're very like you're flowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I try to.
That's crazy.
I try to know stock in words and I try to flowing with my English, and it's good. It's good, you know.
You're doing amazing.
There's we learned a lot in Colombia, and I'm going to go back to Colombia just because it popped into my brain. We for a while before going had a very rigid routine.
Oh my God, yes, so rigid.
Now that we're back, we've kind of loosened up.
Thank God.
It feels more manageable. And kind of like go with the flow. We still have like a list of tasks we have to do. Yeah. But in terms of organization, in terms of, tasks, how has Colombia affected you?
Well, I think there's like a balance, right? I love routine. So we're going back to the gym every morning. We're eating healthy again. We're doing our family like planning, like going, all the typical life stuff that you have to do. On top of like work, like everybody has to do that, right? It's no different. The thing is, I feel that before it wasn't as intentional. So the other morning I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna make us a really nice coffee and add a little bit of like pumpkin whipped cream. And you loved it, and I felt like it was a moment of joy. And we took a moment to sit down and to just enjoy that, right? I feel like before I was so go that I remember one time after it was 2 years into this house, we bought this house, right? And I realized I had never sat in my living room.
Yeah.
In 2 years. Yeah. Because we were always working. That made me so sad when I realized that. Now I feel like I have more moments where I'm like, let's just enjoy it. Like that coffee, So that's what Colombia brought back to me, is that perspective. And I have to say, Davi, your dad is amazing because he has that same perspective where he's like, qué rico que ustedes puedan disfrutar de Colombia y de los Estados Unidos, de las dos culturas. Yeah. And I feel like it reminds me how amazing, like I feel so grateful that I have two cultures. I really do. So grateful. It changes everything for me.
And for me, it's having two different worlds and being a part of either one, but also assimilating the good of both. I mean, they both had negatives too, but it's just learning.
But it depends how you look at it.
What we can from there, yeah.
Because some people might look at this lifestyle of like having a home and working towards a home and kind of just working and staying in as really lovely. Some people love that. I love that as well. But then there's like the other side of things, like, let's be a little more spontaneous. Like, I think what's so interesting about Colombia too is like,
la gente no se levanta sin saber qué hacer.
So that's it. Yeah. Like, why is it like that? So he just said people wake up and they don't know what they're going to do.
We'll go to like the park in like the middle of the day.
It's so flowy. It feels like that's how life should be.
And my uncle's like, look at all these people. What are they doing?
Yeah.
How do they live their life?
Or like we went to visit one of your dad's friends, okay? The lady was outside gardening and he's like, Señora, ¿cómo está? Blah, blah, blah. Traigo toda mi familia. I brought all my family here. And she was like, oh, Don Victor, I didn't know you guys were coming, but come on in. So like everybody just kind of drops everything. And we were there the whole day. We had the most delicious like chocolate and buñuelos, and we spent time with others. We socialized. We got to see animals. It was just so lovely. But I thought of myself and I was like, that would never fly in America, where somebody goes, I'm here.
Yeah, you just
With
show
my
up to
family.
somebody's
With
house.
my family, open the door. You know, like that's not the culture here. But over there, everybody's so giving, and not saying that people here aren't like that, but it's just there's different. There's
Taken
differences.
different. La gente lo
It's
toma
very
diferente.
different. Yeah, it's very different.
Well,
Very different.
what from there did you want to bring back to our life here?
That.
That's the main thing that you're going to show
Socializing.
up someone's
So,
house?
for example, no, not that part.
kidding.
Because I'm too Americanized. I can't do that. Like, I can't. I'm gonna have to let you know like a week before if I'm gonna go over. I'm just like that, right? But if people come over now, I'm gonna be more open. And also, like, I love the idea that whoever comes to the home, you always give them something. It's like, quiere un cafecito or quiere, like, people are so giving. It feels like your cousin, she gave me a little detalle, right?
Yeah.
Or I went out with, basically everybody's always gifting something. They're always thinking of
your new friend gave you a necklace.
like everybody is
and all these
so
things.
sweet. And just like gestures go a really long way.
To the point where you said that you wanted to buy an espresso machine so that when people come to our house, you can give them coffee.
Yeah. And I want to have like a little tray and just make people feel like they're at home. Like, I think that's what Colombia feels like. It feels like home. And like nothing bothers them. Like, people are just very chill, I feel. Listen. There is one more thing that I did want to add. So today I went to the gym, right?
Yeah.
And I went after and I got coffee with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I think to myself, why don't I do that more often?
Why don't you?
Because of that rigidness of that Americanized lifestyle where I'm like, I have to be here at this time. I have to be this as well. But when life is more flowy, I think life is more fun. And you really enjoy life. That's all.
Okay. There's more
Yeah,
changes.
I mean,
Yeah. It's flowy lifestyle right there. Yeah. So things have been changing here at work too. Obviously, Sabina's not here. But every day we were waking up on time, and the first person that we would all see is Sabina coming in through the door. She kept us in check.
Yeah.
one day Sabina told me like she comes so early.
She did. She came. Okay. That's the Americanized
Wait,
lifestyle.
can I get into this first? Okay. Because I'm going to set it up and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
So she's not here. So we've had multiple phases in our life where we work with people in our own home.
Yes.
Right.
Which is hard.
Which is
Yeah,
difficult.
It's not easy because then your whole home starts to feel like your job. So you need to separate things, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I close the doors after we leave. Anyway, so I'm like showering. I'm getting ready, right? Dennis is literally butt naked in the shower. When I hear the doorbell and I'm like, weird, it's 8:30. Nobody's supposed to like be here, but okay. So I go and I check and it's Sabina and her dad. And I'm just like, wait, what's going to happen? Are they thinking that like they're going to come in and now I'm going to have to host them? And like, I don't know what this is. So I text her and I'm like, hey girl, like it's 30 minutes before work. Why are you here? You know? And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, basically she ended up coming in. Her dad ended up leaving. But what I'm saying is, in retrospect, like I don't know how to explain it, but that's the part that I feel I'm too Americanized for, where like I can't just see someone randomly. It's like I'm still like I'm not that casual yet. I'm not like that. If I was the Colombian Natalie, I would have put on something quick. Wouldn't have mattered. Hola, bien pueda entre. Sure. Oh, you're here early. Cool. No worries. Make yourselves at home. You want this, you want that. But like, I felt in that moment, I felt a little bit, what's the word?
Well, we just weren't ready.
No. But I actually felt like this. Like I felt like,
Enclosed.
why? I was like, this is my home. Somebody's here right now. Like, no. Like I was mad. I was upset.
Yeah, I know,
and
it's
I
fine.
told
And
her,
you come
and
feel
I
mad.
told her after, I said, hey, like, I just want you to know it's very hard for me to separate work and my real life. And I need you to come to work like
on time.
and it doesn't mean could come earlier, which any employee would be like, I love that you're here early. But for me, I was like, please no. Like that's just a boundary I'm setting for myself.
I mean, people can show up early to work, right?
Right. If it
but
was in a
it's like
normal
place.
setting,
But yeah,
right?
we work from home.
But all
so
of a
it's
sudden she's
different.
in my kitchen and like, you know, you're
We
naked.
have a
Like,
special job, different.
it's different. Yeah. And I think that's been hard to navigate. But I don't know. I think about that situation and maybe I should be a little more Colombian.
So if you went back to that situation, you would have opened the door and said hello to my uncle and everything.
I should have said hi to him. Yeah, I feel bad that he just, because we never even got to see him
we didn't see him in the whole trip. He's
It's
been here
different
twice.
because in that moment we have the stress. Oh, we have to get ready for work,
I know.
and it's just something.
Yeah,
¿Sí me entiende?
But it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know.
it is a difficult situation.
Guys, what is the
can learn.
most thing you like it in Colombia? Like there's
Ooh.
something like mark you, like getting shocked with that. Like
So for
shit.
me, it's the amount of tourism and turismo in Colombia.
Yeah.
There is a lot of tourism. And you know what I found interesting? Like I was telling my uncle Michael,
Yeah.
yo le decía, those guys are from, American, but then I could tell what ethnicity they were. If they were Indian, if they were like American
right.
Colombian, if they were, even black, right?
Because we're such a mixing pot.
We're
here.
a very
Mixed pot.
diverse
Yeah.
country, but he couldn't tell where they were from.
Right.
He like, it's hard to say this, and I don't know if there's any slight racism in there. It's not meant, but some people can't tell where others are from. Like, let's say there's Asian, and then you
Yeah.
can't tell where in Asia, right? I at this point can tell more now where exactly. Oh, you're from the Philippines. You're from Vietnam.
I
You're
think
from
an
Japan. You're from
example
China.
that hits more close to home is when I lived in Chicago, there was a lot of Mexicans.
Yeah.
And there, everybody was like, all Hispanics are Mexican. And I was just like, there's
Yeah.
Colombian, there's this, there's
Yeah.
this. So, and nobody could differentiate me.
That's how I explained it to my cousins
Right.
there. I was like, well, we're, Ecuadorian and
Yeah.
Venezuelan and Colombian. We're all different, right?
But because here we see so many different cultures, you do start to differentiate and you can tell
No,
even by
and-
accents,
And
know.
I think it's more hard for Colombian person differentiate somebody because here
Yeah.
you saw here a lot of cultures, but in
Exactly.
Colombia
You
when
just say Colombian.
yeah
Por ejemplo, allá dicen, ese es americano.
yeah
Pero
that's
no
it.
van a saber, like, where, ethnicity wise, de dónde es.
o canadiense o
Sí,
no
no
saben.
saben.
No, we,
Yeah.
we don't know. Yeah,
Pero uno aquí ya sabe. Uno va como, you can start
could be
telling
better at it,
where
yeah.
people
Yeah.
are from. I thought that was interesting because,
That's true.
I had never,
try to
had trouble telling where someone's from, but others I can tell do. And
Yeah.
and the thing is, tourism is so new in Colombia, and people from outside of Colombia are going in, where cultures are starting to mix, and so people in Colombia are starting to you can tell where people are from now, right?
Mhm.
And then tourists are going into like businesses and malls, and they're investing, and things in Colombia are changing.
Yeah.
And that's what I took from Colombia. Things are changing. It's moving forward, and it's kind of leaving, traditional Colombian people behind. I think tourism is going to affect it in a big way.
no
I don't
it's
know if
affected
negative.
right now
I don't know if
because-
negatively.
no it's negatively because listen to me, so many people go to other countries to live in Medellin.
Mhm.
So the rent go up.
Yeah.
So the people live in Medellin is harder to win because
Right.
the rent go up porque le están cobrando a extranjeros. Es más.
See.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I think it's also a negative thing. When we went to Bali, something very interesting is if you are not native of Bali, you cannot purchase land there. So what does that do? That prevents Americans and other people coming in and purchasing land and kicking the people out. You go to Salento in Colombia, supposedly all the homes there are bought by Americans,
Owned by tourists. People from-
extranjeros,
yeah,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
not just Americans, from all over the place. And so that is very sad to see that its own people is not even living there, right? So that was definitely something that I saw. I mean, even the fact that Disney has a movie now of Colombia, it just goes to show how much more of a boom it's gonna.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of tourism. It's really gonna explode.
I mean, people go to Colombia just to look at, the architecture and see if the houses look like the ones in Encanto. And
Yeah,
in Salento, they do.
it's
They-
so
yeah,
beautiful.
They have the little balconies and they're colored and everything.
La
looks-
matica, la flores, yeah.
Everything looks like that.
My editors went to Medellin. They were with us for some time. And they were saying that they've never seen a greener city because it feels like a jungle. So it's like buildings, but there's,
trees and, it's very
and everything.
airy. Yeah.
And like if you think about, for example, Mexico, it's been very modernized now where, so I've never been to Mexico, but I assume that
They said it's very urban. It's very city, concrete.
So you start to lose that stuff. Whereas
Yeah.
in Colombia, there's still places where people will go and literally get mad and hug the tree and say, don't
knock it down or whatever for
and
road.
I think that's beautiful. Like that's why it's so beautiful. Like literally just amazing.
I think Colombia is at a pivot point where it can go either way. It can either become very Americanized, very Western, capitalistic businesses and all this. Unless, I mean, there's already a lot of business, but it's different. Or it can keep its tradition and continue to be the way it's always been. Yeah. Right. But it's hard to not adapt and change. And the country's changing. And it's not a negative thing, completely. But it is sad because there is a lot of, construction and building going on in Colombia. And it would be nice for things to stay as they were forever. But, it's not going to happen.
I wanted to add to your question, David, that you asked, what is something that really for me, impacts me is the whole flow. Like the fact that, but also people are so caring in Colombia. Everybody cares about the farmer's daughter and they'll think about them and they'll send them clothing. And I just think my life coach actually who went to Colombia, she said that one of the things she thought was so cute about the language is everybody will say, instead of saying instead of saying de nada, Colombians always say con mucho gusto. With, how would you even translate that? Con mucho gusto.
With a lot of gusto.
We're doing with pleasure. Con placer.
With love, with pleasure. Yeah. I'm doing this for you. You're welcome. But it's with love. And so I think that is the culture. I think we're very loving and welcoming and just, I don't know. It's beautiful.
Well, the episode so far has been very, Colombia oriented. Is there anything else that's happened in the past 2 weeks other than Colombia that's kind of impacted you or you can bring into this episode? We can talk about
what is the best food you try in Colombia?
Back to Colombia.
I love it. No, I have to say I love just the variety of
drinks.
Drinks, dude.
It's crazy.
Las micheladas.
Yeah.
Chelada
coco de fresa.
Obsessed. Everything and everything tastes so good. Or I'm a very big soup person, so being able to get el caldo de pollo and it's a big ass, you could tell that this thing was just killed an hour ago. It just is fresh and delicious. Damn,
there's a lot of variety when it comes to food in Colombia.
I love everything. All the food is amazing. That's what I'm saying. I came back and I'm this literally tastes like dirt. Here, nothing has flavor. The eggs are processed. Better there. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just I'm thinking about the quality of life that I want to have in my life, and I'm if this is more expensive, and this isn't, not saying that this isn't great.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm moving tomorrow.
The thing is that I think overall, right, the big thing that we got out of Colombia is that there's more. There's more to life than this. These three walls.
Three walls. Damn, we're living in a triangle. Not even four.
No, because that there's no wall that way. I mean, there is, but it's a lot farther. And so it's having the ability to mix cultures, right?
David, what about you?
And that we appreciate culture.
I'm so interested because,
what about me?
What are you doing here? Knowing that,
I'm kidding. Thinking if you are a Colombian person, and you wanna go out to your country and have better life for you and for your family. So in Colombia, is a place the job doesn't. You can get a really good job, but you can, just being Colombia 17 years old, and I say I have to know it. Other things. I have to know how it's life in United States, and I have the passport, so why not? And,
that's true. Yeah. I like your stories, how you're on Instagram. You're always look, miren amigo, this is what American college looks like. Or look guys, this is what this is like.
My favorite stories are the selfies in the locker room.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I don't know. Just there's a lot of beauty in all the different areas of life.
How do you feel we are in terms of work right now? In terms of where we are with everything. How do you gauge your levels of happiness? Where are you at with life mentally?
You know what I think is interesting?
Yeah.
Unless I don't notice this, I feel in our day-to-day conversations, you don't ask me as many questions. But here, you ask me all the questions. So I'm kind of taken back a little. Yeah. And I feel that in our day-to-day conversations, you're the one that's kind of telling me how you're feeling. So I would rather hear it, from you.
I feel content,
but
I do yearn for more. I don't
Really?
know. I mean, the podcast is great. We hadn't done it in a while, so this gives me more. You know,
What
just
is
being
more
here.
to you though?
More is like knowing that we're producing and creating. That's more to me. I wish we could continue to do more.
See, that's not where the wavelength I'm at.
It's different.
We were talking about this the other day. Dennis was showing me the top Forbes creators, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was an element of that where I didn't want to look at it. I had a really hard week this week. I let go of my manager and I had a really hard conversation with my agents. And Dennis showing me that Forbes post made me feel for a second like I wasn't working hard enough. Like, why am I not on that list type of thing, right? And I saw a girl that I really love who's on that list. And I noticed how in her recent YouTube videos, she's talking about how anxious she is and how upset she is. And I was telling Dennis that I don't think success like that is worth it anymore for me because I've been there and I feel like it's not the life that I want. And so when you say things like, I want to produce more and create more, like I question if I want to do that, you know? And I think that's okay to have different perspectives on stuff.
And coexist.
Because another thing that I've been feeling recently, and I think that's why I kind of like the podcast because it really brings up a lot in us. But like, I almost want to, I started vlogging again on YouTube. Yeah. And I'm really struggling because I feel afraid. Like a part of me wants to not tell anybody what I'm doing. I want to almost like just live my life.
Yeah. And I think it's good thing for something like you do, like don't tell anybody. I think it's good because people doesn't make a perspective of you. You understand me? No, así como una perspectiva. Esa YouTuber ya tengo como so the people just imagining. Están como preventivos a ver tú quién eres.
Yeah.
You understand me?
But I have a hard time with that because I feel like a part of me wants to still share things, but another part wants to be so private about things where I was looking at my pictures the other day and I was like, like old Natalie would have posted this so long ago. Nobody knows I've been through this. Nobody knows about this. This is this. Like a whole year's worth of stuff. I was like, why haven't I posted this? Subconsciously, I think I've just become somebody that I don't want to like, I don't know. It's a weird balance. I don't know how to explain it. But again, it goes with the whole success things and it goes with like wanting to create more. Like a part of me just wants to like.
I got to say the podcast is very intimate.
No, it's so intimate. And it's way too intimate.
It's more intimate than I feel sometimes you're comfortable being.
Yeah, this feels like we're in our underwear.
I honestly don't care. And like, I'll say stuff what I learn and we could mess up and say something that, you know, doesn't vibe with like the broader audience, but I think it's going to be it's a learning experience.
Yeah. Well, no, I can't tell you. This is why my perspective on why I assume that you don't care as much is because like I've been the face for so long. So for example, when we went on tour, you were on tour with me, but you got to really like enjoy tour without the pressure of like, I have to go on stage. I have to like that was a very hard time for me, but I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think
about that
tour? About in general, do you think you still have this love for wanting to create and do stuff because you're now kind of like getting more in the forefront?
No, I still want to create. Yeah, I've loved creating since the beginning when I first filmed the first couple videos with you.
And that's the thing. I struggle with that too because in the vlogs, basically, whatever, guys. I don't know where I'm going with it. Nobody knows what they're doing in life.
The vacation to Colombia made us really reassess balance. It's made us reassess rigidity in terms of our life, you know.
Yeah.
I think we released the Best Me journal at the best possible time because we're actually struggling with life balances, and it's obviously helped you, right, with your life and organizing yourself to the T when it comes to hourly schedules or whatever. I do believe like an hourly calendar is too much. Sometimes I think it's not, unless you have like a meeting that you obviously need to know exactly the time that it's at. But it should be more like daily tasks as opposed to I got to do this one at 3 and this one at, you know,
But
10.
that just helps me.
but it helps. So it's
David, did you
hard.
want to
Life
say
is hard.
something? I thought you wanted to say something real quick. Sorry.
You brought me a pumpkin spice coffee today. I wanted to say thank you for that. I don't think you've brought me something in a long time with
my
like
goodness.
intention.
I gave you a flower last
Very
night.
sweet.
I saw the flower today. I say,
Yeah.
oh, honey.
I think
the
you just
flower."
forget the little things.
I just want to change the vibe to very happy. I'm very fortunate for you having brought my coffee. I don't know, it entered my brain and I was like, oh, I gotta say thank you.
No, and I appreciate that because I think it is like those little moments that just make life more enjoyable. You know,
We've been running a lot.
Yeah.
we started running again.
We have been going back to the gym again.
Yes.
We are back on our, food
track.
calorie, deficit thing.
Yeah, because we were looking at ourselves in the mirror and we were a little chunky.
People in Colombia don't do any of those things technically and keep
No, some
track
people
of it.
do. It
Keep
just
track of it in
depends.
that way.
Yeah, your cousins. There's some cousins that do.
I don't think any of them actually do macros and check proteins and stuff.
People there walk so much. I literally was getting at least 15,000 steps a day.
We were hitting more than 15,000 actually.
I'm saying at least, yeah.
Oh my God, we walked mountains. We went up mountains. went up El Peñón.
Una rock.
Yeah, that shit was scary.
700 steps.
Dennis was not, you know what scared? So yeah, it's 7,000 steps. It's a big ass rock.
700 steps.
It's a big ass rock in Guatemala.
Maybe you can show them in a
pictures?
computer.
Yeah, I'll show them in the computer.
Well, listen, guys, we started going up and I'm usually afraid of heights, but Dennis was like on another level. Okay.
Bro, tell about it.
Well, I just noticed that he was kind of like really like this going up and he was quiet. And I was like, is he okay? And so I started noticing that he was kind of pale. And I was like, if he's nervous, should I be nervous? So then all of a sudden we're like crawling up the 7,000 steps. It was scary. It was very terrifying.
It was one of the scariest situations of my life for sure.
Oh, and so then your cousin Camila was like, guys, like let's enjoy the view. Like we're up here, let's take pictures. So all of a sudden, Dennis is all the way up there. Like he left us. You were ready to finish.
I was so nervous. I'm like, I have to keep going as opposed to stopping.
Or else.
Or I just got to keep going. And my little feet were like, just all the way up to the top. I had vertigo. I had these really weird, I have these shoes that I have right now that have no support. And so
I think it was the shoes.
I felt every step with no balance. And I had to hold on to the rocks the whole time as I was going up. It was really bad. I don't know. I didn't expect to get that feeling from that.
Do you know? Have you been up?
Yeah, I didn't know.
How did you feel? Were you chill?
No, I just running with my brother.
Up the steps.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever fallen off of that?
No, I don't. Be honest, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know about
I thought it was like very empinado, like very, very.
Yeah.
Like I was like, if there's a little
Yeah.
earthquake here, we're going down. Like
Side note, we went to a little pueblo called Guarne, which I really like. It's very, very
so
nice.
cute.
We went up to see the Virgen, so it's like a Catholic
what a walk.
idol or whatever. Crazy walk up.
Yeah,
steps.
I know.
So
I've been
high.
there.
Like I had so I actually got plasma on my knee to see if it could help with my pain issues that I have on my knee.
Mhm.
And the lady literally said, avoid all exercise. After that, Peñol, Guarne. It was constant mountains, steps. It was terrible for my knee.
Yeah, but Warner thing is something like mark you, like it's something que en verdad uno, si tiene pasión y fe, lo siente.
Have you felt it?
Did you feel it?
Do you have passion in it?
No, mis tías y mi mamá son muy, cierran los ojos y todo y tienen mucha pasión y yo lo sentí gracias a ellas.
Did you
Sí,
go up?
you
Pero
felt
usted
it?
subió.
Yo subí. Sí.
¿Cuántas veces has subido?
No, like 3.
3 times.
Wow, you've gone up a lot.
Yeah, but when I'm not right now, before when I'm more chilled. Cuando era más chiquito, iba mucho. I don't know why my mom.
So basically, you're going up a bunch of steps and praying, and then you keep going and you keep going.
There's like 15 different phases.
I didn't feel anything.
No, like holiness or nothing?
Nothing. To me, it was the most boring part of the whole trip.
Really?
No,
Yeah. I really didn't enjoy it at all. Like, at all. I was like, especially, I was nervous because at all times they were like, Natalie's going to read the next one. I'm like, I don't know how to read all this.
So
like,
it's like these crosses and they have like kind of like scriptures and stuff.
Because everybody we were with either couldn't see or literally a lot of people don't know how to read.
Yeah.
I could read better than them, to be honest, but I didn't want to have to read.
Probably.
Anyways, I don't know.
But like, there's like a big group of strangers that just walk up to this one thing, right? You don't know everyone. And so everybody's kind of looking at each other like, who's going to read this next thing, right?
Yeah.
And then someone would have to say, oh, I'll read, right? And at some point, it ended up being the same guy who would read each and every one.
Because he was the one that read the best.
But man, let me tell you, these people climb the mountain in order to ask for a favor when it comes to, you know, pain. People who are really hurt
Some
or
people
sick
don't
would
go
go
with
up.
shoes.
A lot of people would go shoeless.
And it was a cold day.
Going up them. It was raining. It was raining and people were going with no shoes.
You know what I think? I didn't feel it because I was sick.
But let me tell you though, there were people who ended up getting hurt more going down than going up. A guy fell and broke his hand. Another guy went up, twisted his ankle. He got messed up and he was halfway up. How do you go down with a twisted ankle? You can't at that point.
If I'm honest though, the going up isn't even that hard.
It was hard.
No, it wasn't.
And going down was hard. They were both.
Piñón was hard because of the scariness.
But the thing is, this particular day was raining and there was like mud and it was bad. I'm telling you, we had some exercise on our trip. You don't want to exercise on trips, but damn, we got put through the ringer. We did a lot of working out.
We did. It was fun overall.
Overall, my experience from Colombia. Last notes. The conclusion.
Go for it,
it's very modern. You should definitely check out Medellin. Things have changed. It might even change more within the next couple of years. So I would recommend you go sometime soon, so that it's still at the cusp of being traditional, cultural, and yet modern. It's not too modern yet. I feel like it's at that point where it might change.
I think it will always have its culture. I think it will.
I think it's going to change. I think it's going to become too modern.
The things that I think will change is like, you know, our grandmas, they were the most like religious ladies. Like they wake up at 4 a.m. with their rosario and
Still
they
like
would
that.
like pray exactly until they die, because there's not a lot of other generations personally that I know.
Colombia is a very religious country.
No,
even the young
is.
people are very religious. So I think the religion aspect will continue.
I don't think it'll be the same. Not like that.
I think worldwide there's an issue with religion right now where people are just leaving religion.
I am so religion from Colombia. For like in my school in Colombia, always like give us like God and God.
Pero usted no reza el rosario todos los días.
David,
Of course, at that level, yeah.
David, you have it right here. God.
I get it though. Like the level of religiousness. Like my grandparents would pray every
It's so
evening
beautiful.
for like 2-3 hours. It was
so
crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
My dad and my mom bring me like that room and de eso que rezar el rosario.
And those
Every
are things
day.
that are
Yeah.
really beautiful. You'll never get to see it again.
True.
I don't
That's
miss
right.
that though. I gotta say, I don't miss it. What takeaways from Colombia so we can end the
No,
the
I
show.
said my takeaways.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You got it. What about you, Abby? What did you learn about Colombia this trip?
In this trip,
Because he went to.
I have 2 cultures and I have 2 countries. Then I can go and come back and I can live in both, you know?
Yeah.
So it's good.
Girlfriends in both.
Yeah.
One girlfriend in both.
That's kind of raw for me.
I'm kidding. No, I say it because your brother has a girlfriend in Colombia.
Yeah.
That's
But not
tough.
for men, it's kind of raw because they never know about anything.
What do you
Because
mean?
If I live here and I have a girlfriend here and I go to Colombia and I have a girlfriend in Colombia,
Huh?
how they know?
What do you mean how they know?
Are you saying you are?
¿Qué pasaría? Pues, si me
The world
entiende, nadie
is
se...
connected. El mundo está conectado.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
on Instagram, los primos, they watch our Instagrams and your Instagrams. So we live here.
just kidding, guys. I never can do that.
These are the thoughts
Wait,
that keep
wait,
David up at night.
But wait.
He's like, what happened?
Usted dice que no sabría qué pasa con ella. O sea, que ella tenga un novio o que la...
No, que yo sería el hombre que tendría una novia en Colombia y una novia acá.
Of course you would be the man.
No, but just...
And she has one too over there. So
Yeah,
you wouldn't know.
Yeah, no.
Como la canción de Maluma, Felices los Cuatro.
Felices los cuatro.
Well,
Vamos a ser felices los cuatro. Yo te acepto el trato.
That's funny.
Oh.
Public announcement. We are taking a month off of the podcast. Did we start the podcast by saying that?
No, we didn't.
We are taking a month off of the podcast.
Look at that.
David's about to cry. He's so sad. He loves cameras.
No. Listen. Yeah, we're taking a month off. It's a lot. Now that we don't have Sabina as well, it's just a lot. Like, let's just be honest.
We're just trying to reassess, but we're coming back in exactly 1 month. So 5 Fridays from now, we'll be back on season 2.
Yeah. So basically, we're coming
Season
on
2.
for one episode of
Halloween
on
the 27th.
You guys can guess in the comments what we're gonna be.
Yeah. And you guys don't believe, but these guys left to my hand, bro, they have so much job. And I don't know how they control all of these and how they have time for do a podcast, for make they own Mark. She have a... I can't talk with this guy.
Left to my hand.
Say it in Spanish.
So
say it in
these people
Spanish.
left to my hand.
Sí, no, esa gente sobre mi izquierda pueden hacer tantas cosas, pueden tener tanto trabajo y soy orgulloso de ellos que abrieron las puertas para yo hacer parte de ese podcast
se
y...
lució.
You're saying it like you're leaving.
Inspired.
No, we did it for a month. For a month.
Wait. And then imagine, and then this is his exit. He's like, and guys, I need to let you know.
I'm quitting.
It's on air.
Me voy para Alabama.
No, but thank you.
Palawam.
Thank you, Abby. I really do appreciate it. I also don't know how we've been managing. It's been a lot.
Yeah,
We only missed 1 episode. And that happened because
But
we're
it's
Yeah,
still
so you have to
a
feel
lot of
approved.
work.
You have to feel approved. Se tienen que sentir agradecidos por todo lo que
Yeah,
hicieron.
agreed. Thank you, and thank you guys for tuning in every Friday.
Season 2.
We coming
begins in
back.
1 month.
We're coming back.
Be sure to set your calendars. We'll be back for Halloween special and then season 2 right after that.
So, but season 2 will be when? I'm confused. We haven't talked about it.
Isn't exactly 1 month.
No, I'm so confused.
So
I thought we were taking a break.
yeah,
So like we're coming
1 month
back for
break.
we're coming back
Halloween special on the 27th.
and then we come back.
Probably like 1 or 2 weeks after that.
Shit, I didn't think it was gonna be like that. I thought we were taking a break till like next year.
And we're coming back live, hopefully.
That's scary.
Maybe, which Natalie's been very like hesitant about, but I think it's time. I think it's important to do it.
Imagine.
Yeah.
That's how. No, I don't know. I just feel like that's how anybody gets canceled.
That's how we get content. I don't edit this
you're
out.
right.
I don't edit this
No,
shit. I just
you're
post
right.
it.
No, you don't.
Natalie
edit, you don't post
Outlet is canceling all como fuera.
Imagine in all countries. No, just kidding. No. No, I don't know. There is something scarier about live.
There's nothing scary about life.
You want to go live right now on Instagram? You'll see all of a sudden you just
Bro,
get
you just scare.
yeah, you get like flustered.
I don't get flustered. It wouldn't happen.
Dennis is one of a kind. Then
All right, tune in next month, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks for
Halloween.
being here. Oh, Halloween too.
This is Halloween.
See you guys in the next episode. Peace
Halloween.
out. Maybe Sabina will show up for. She's coming in Thanksgiving.
I have no idea.
She'll be on. I'll make her. No, not pay her though. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.